There are a whopping 413 villages in Animal Crossing New Horizons. That is only in New Horizons. There are actually 488 total villages in the whole franchise. This number encompasses the 75 villages that have been removed from the series, namely from the older games, which, to be honest, I have never played. Why does Nintendo remove villages? They've never said, but for some of these guys, it's quite obvious. For example, the promotional villages. It's no surprise that the majority of them have not been included in the new game. The only promotional villages that have returned for Animal Crossing New Horizons were the Sanrio villages. However, there are also villages that are just straight up gross and bizarre looking. On the other hand, I do have to question Nintendo on some of their decisions because some of these villages are really interesting and amazing and they look really adorable. However, hope isn't lost for all of them because occasionally the developers like to look back and bring back villages that have been cut from the games. But for now, there are 75 of them that have never returned and I'm going to rank them all. But first, some prerequisites before I start this Goliath of a video. I think that ranking these guys solely on their designs would be extremely boring and pretty petty. This is not a beauty pageant. I decided to take things a step further and include other aspects about them, like their homes, for example, names of the homes they were last in before they left the series. Personally, I think that it is a very underrated aspect about the franchise, especially in New Horizons when the interior decorating and furniture was heavily improved upon. It just adds so much character and backstory that is well needed to these villages. Unfortunately and expectedly, the majority of the houses in the older games are not going to look as good as the houses now. I also won't be including most e-reader card only villager houses because their houses were not made for them. They're just duplicates of already existing villager homes, unfortunately and lazily on Nintendo's part. If you don't know what e-reader cards are, they're essentially what amiibos are today. Some of the villagers on this list could only move into your town if you had these cards. I love it when they give the villagers more character, like I stated with the houses. Another way the developers would do this is by giving them little biographies. In this case, either through their e-reader cards or through their RVs in the campground. Some of what they wrote down for the villagers was something poignant and interesting and thought-provoking life lesson. However, on the flip side, some of this shit is hilarious and gets fucking crazy. Okay, Nintendo seriously had no chill at times. I used Wikipedia for the images and information that I grabbed for these villages. A huge shout out to that website, okay? It's very useful. Right before we get started, if you end up liking this video, please give it a like and type in the comments down below about why that is so. If you end up disliking it, then the same applies. Type in the comments down below, let me know about why that is so. As long as it's not nasty. Any feedback is welcome. Thank you. And if you would like to see more of me, subscribe. So at last place at number 75, Hambo. Okay, so there is one major annoyance that I have about a habit Animal Crossing does when it comes to some of their villages, such as this one. And you know what? I have never really seen anyone pointing it out. Am I the only one who thinks it's fucked up to name an animal after their meat? After the thing that they can become after they get murdered? Am I? Come on, I can't be alone, right? This has to be obvious, right? It's fucked up. Like, no one would be sick enough to name their beloved pets after their meats. What if you were named after your meat, but done quirkily? Like this guy, like Cannibalisa, for example. Actually, that's kind of a pretty name. No, that's fucked up. Not only that, they did it to a pig, a little piggy. Unfortunately, this isn't the only time they defiled a pig by giving him a shit name. My beloved pigs! How could they? Pigs are my favorite animal in the world. Did you guys know that pigs are smarter than dogs? Probably not, because they are the most misunderstood animals on the planet. Anyway, we're talking about an Animal Crossing villager. Damn. And the villager himself just looks fucking gross too. He looks like if the great mighty Pooh turned into a pig. Also, he's a jock villager. Jock villagers are my least favorite type of villager. I don't remember what they were like in New Leaf because it was so long since I've played that game. But in New Horizons, most of their sentences are about getting pumped, working out, and different muscles. That isn't a character. Also, according to his profile on his e-reader card, he never watches that fucking sweatband of his. Get your shit together, okay? Actually, you can't anymore because you're no longer in the games. At number 74, we have Chuck. Chuck steak is a thing that exists apparently. I only knew that when I was reading about this guy on Wikipedia. I will definitely forget that it exists after this video is done. This guy is also a double whammy because not only is his name weird, but his catchphrase is too. This guy just really wants to die, doesn't he? It's quite concerning how often he'll advertise his own meat to people. According to his e-reader card, he likes being mean and grumpy because it's fun. That's actually kind of funny. It could be another reason for his stupid catchphrase. I will give him this though. For some reason, they gave him a really pretty house. And no, he isn't an e-reader card only villager, so they didn't give him another person's house. This house was tailored for him, and if I'm being perfectly honest, he has one of the best houses on this list. He also looks super bland and boring. Number 73, Rolo. Another thing that I dislike but don't necessarily hate about some villagers is when they are flat out grey. Not only does it look bland to me, but it's also pretty damn gross looking. There are actually quite a number of villagers on this list that are flat out grey, and spoiler alert, it does not work the majority of the time. Speaking of gross, that's what Rolo is. And it's not just the way he looks. First of all, his catchphrase is him literally burping. Second of all, he chews with his mouth open and loses half his food in the process. And he's a hippo too, with a big ass mouth. So that's a lot of food. So he just wastes food. That shit could have been given to all the starving children in the world. So he's an asshole as well. Okay, before I go ahead with the next number, I have to give a quick jump scare warning, okay? I just don't think it's right to pop this guy up on the screen without any preparations first. That would be extremely inconsiderate. Okay, at number 72... Alright, he may not scare you, but he scares me. I don't exactly know what Nintendo was thinking when they sanctioned this design. What the fuck is even going on here? What is that thing on his head? Well, apparently, according to Wikipedia, it's meant to be a hat. I thought it was some sort of clay thing. I hate his lips a lot, which is actually a problem I have with some of the gorilla villages. And his tongue isn't even centered. How could they do that? Speaking of not being centered, his chair is not even behind the table in his house. Sorry, these things just really bug me. I guess his e-reader card is kind of a nice environmental message though. At number 71, we have yet another gorilla villager. And you know what? I'm just gonna put another jump scare warning here, cause why not? I also think it's needed for this one. And oh my god, with this villager, it gets bad. I mean, real bad. And I'm not just saying that because they're, well, I'm just gonna be honest, ugly. I'm saying that because I didn't know Nintendo of Japan was capable of being this savage. Jane. Yeah, she's looking rough. This is yet another gorilla with terrible lips going on, and her house doesn't even make sense. The tables are scattered about everywhere, and the couch doesn't even face the fucking TV. That is not the shocking part though, far from it. What is interesting about Jane is that her Japanese color scheme is different from her Western counterpart. I think that this might be the only villager in the entire franchise where this is the case, but I don't know, I might be wrong. You wanna know why they changed it in the West? This is why. I don't
even need to explain anything. This is crazy, Nintendo. What the fuck? Yeah, not really a surprise as to why they never brought her back. As you can tell by her name, she's based off the famous primatologist Jane Goodall, and let me tell y'all something. I feel fucking bad for this lady. I would be pretty insulted if I was named after this. Actually, Jane wasn't her name in Japanese, it was something else, but I still would have been insulted if I was named after her Western design. Top 70 now. At number 70, we have Urtis. He is another villager with an ugly grey. I'll give him some credit though. I do like his white eyebrows. I mean, I hated them before, but I looked at them harder and I had decided that I liked them. I also like his catchphrase, I suppose. That's his catchphrase, I suppose. I wasn't just saying that. However, look at his fucking chin! His e-reader card claims that the color of his chin makes it look like he has a beard, but I'm sorry, I disagree. The color of his chin makes it look like he rubbed it in poo-poo. Next up, we have number 69, and trust me, you don't want to be thinking about doing that activity with this guy, Hector. So, in the older Animal Crossing games, villagers didn't have the ability to wear eyewear, but the developers wanted some of their villagers to still wear it anyway. So, their solution was to essentially tattoo it onto their faces. It looks fine for some of the villagers, but for Hector? Nah. It also looks like he's wearing a really ugly dress. According to his e-reader card profile, he's BFFs with Hambo. Probably the worst pair of BFFs ever. At number 68, we have Chico. A creepy motherfucker. There are other villagers that have their eyes closed, and I usually like them to be honest, but this guy has actual lumpy eyelids and it looks so gross. He also has a really creepy perpetual smile with his wide ass teeth. He looks like he'd be a peeping Tom, right? I'll have to give him some credit though. Those teeth of his are actually really clean because he brushes them a lot. Well, I guess if you're gonna have to grin like a twat all the time, it fucking better be clean. Respect, Chico. At number 67, we have Doza. Yeah, unibrows are actually banned on my island. I had a bear villager, Nate, move in uninvited. He would actually be cute if it wasn't for the damn lettuce on top of his eyes. I had to get him out of there quick, and Sasha replaced him, so everything turned out okay in the end. Anyway, back to Doza. Yeah, his whole shtick is pretty much about sleep. And also about lamps too? What the fuck is even going on here? Does he keep all of them on while he's sleeping? At number 66, we have Clara. She's pretty much Biddy, which is pretty fucked up because I'm a Biddy fan. Nintendo basically stole Biddy's design, since that villager was already in the game, and then proceeded to fuck up her eye area. Seriously, what the fuck is even going on here? It looks so bad. They also fucked her up in her e-reader card because they straight up fat shame her. It says that she wants to live in an attic, but she shouldn't because she would fall through. And it doesn't end there. They won't stop bashing her because her favorite phrase is also saying to not even try to be as skillful as someone else. Just give up instead. Holy shit! Leave her alone! I just want to put her high on my list now because I feel bad! At number 65, Patricia. She has fruits on her nose like meringue. At first, I thought it was strawberries like her, but Wikipedia said they were sliced watermelons. So I guess they're sliced watermelons. I don't like watermelons. I mean, watermelons aren't the worst food ever. You know what food I'd classify as being much, much worse? Cheese. The reason as to why she is so low down is because... is her skin meant to be cheese? To be fair, it isn't confirmed that it's cheese, but it sure as shit looks like it. Nevertheless, I'm triggered. If it is cheese, what the fuck? Cheese mixed with watermelons? You've got to be kidding me. That sounds like a horseshit combo, and I really hate cheese. First of all, I am lactose intolerant, and this is gonna be a TMI, of course. So if you don't want a TMI talk, go to number 64. But the last time I ate cheese, which was on accident, was in late 2022. I felt funny for a whole week, and my toilet and I got real acquainted. Might as well have duct taped myself to that toilet. In fact, if my toilet had eyes, hands, a conscience, a pencil, and paper, it could draw my entire ass by memory. That's how close we were for that week. Closest friend I've had in a while, actually. Second of all, I don't even bother eating it because it's fucking nasty. Look, I could go on, but I think that's enough. I hate cheese so much that it made me talk about my ass. Fuck. At number 64, we have Liz. I don't like hot pink in general, even though her house is very cute. One of the better ones on this list, actually. And I also don't like these boomerang patterns on her body. I also think that her e-reader card is being mean to her too. It says that she loves everything cute, and then it proceeds to say, it should come to no surprise that she thinks of herself as cute. I think that they were saying it like that, y'all. Like, all disgusted like. That's fucked up. At number 63, we have our very first New Leaf Welcome Amiibo character, and the only superhero character to never come back, Philly. She is one of the 2 villagers in New Leaf that was in collaboration with a company. In this case, it's clearly 7-Eleven. In general, I'm not a fan of 7-Eleven, so I can't like her. I do like Philly's costume because it's not just one color, unlike the rest of the superhero villagers. I also like how the dark purple contrasts with her bright yellow skin. I'm going to be saying the word contrast a lot in this video, because contrasting colors put together is what I like. It's one of the steps of making a pretty color palette, in my opinion. That's one of the things I like to do with my art. Speaking of me doing art, follow my art Instagram, because I plan on posting a lot more stuff on there. What sucks for the people who like Philly is that she is one of only 2 other villagers in the entire series who can't actually move into the player's town. She is only available in an RV on the campground. I cannot put her any higher than a lot of these villagers that actually can live in your town. Next up at number 62, we have Elise. I like her hair and her eyeshadow, but as you can see, she is another villager that is rocking this ugly grey again. According to her e-reader card, she's a fortune teller, and you can pay a small price for her services. I'm 99.9% sure that that wasn't an available option in the game she was in. She's a fucking villager. They don't offer shit. Oh yeah, and also Katrina was in every single Animal Crossing game. She's the only one who actually reads your fortune for realsies, not Felice. That fake ass, lying ass, little wanker. Don't try and take Katrina's job. At number 61, we have Masa. He looks pretty uncanny, and it's not just because of his gross looking mustache. To me, he looks like a human man. Does anyone else see that too? Like they based his design off a real life Japanese delivery man, or newspaper boy, or whatever. I actually thought that this was the case at first. I thought that they just had to have for sure based this dog off of somebody. But nah. This is the top 60, and it's only fitting that now we get the blandest, most blah motherfucker, Emerald. She's a green frog. If she bumps into you, she'll ask you to say tongue twisters 10 times fast. So, on top of being boring, she's also super annoying, and I guess narcissistic, because it looks like she's wearing her face on her shirt. At number 59, we have Analog. I think that he's just boring as well. Also, we already have 2 penguin villages that have this color scheme, Iggly and Sprinkle. We don't need another one. It's funny that he collects clocks, like his name. However, because he's an e-reader card villager, his furniture layout is the exact same as someone else's. His favorite phrase is super weird. The apple tastes better if it's been eaten by worms. So, does he not like apples at all? Does he only like apple cores? Is he that much of a tough jock that he'll eat through apple cores? Or does he just like apples that have holes in them and have worm saliva slobbered all over it? I don't even fucking know. At number 58, we have Betty. First and foremost, I will admit that she does look very cute. I love her blue eyeshadow. It looks super striking. But they removed this from this photo for some reason. Here's what she actually looks like. However, the thing that I don't like about her is that she's just a trend chaser when it comes to fashion. Now that is the lamest thing you could possibly be. To you guys watching, do not be a trend chaser. Be your own trend, okay? I was gonna put Betty higher because of her looks, but after reading her card, I just think she's ugly now. I just look at her and I'm like, ugh, no. Also, why is this fire hydrant behind the TV? That's a safety hazard. At number 57, not to be confused with the villager of the same name who was the bunny with the shit-eating grin, Carmen the mouse. I do not like her design, but the worst part about it is that dress. What the fuck is even that? Why would you wear curtains on yourself? Fashion advice from Betty would actually be a good idea for her. I guess I kind of like what it says on her e-reader card though. It says that she loves sleep so much that she has 2 beds. And one of the reasons why is in case of an emergency. That's kind of funny and quirky, but in a good way. It's why she's not lower on this list. At number 56, we have Hank. Alright, at first glance, I thought that this would have been a snooty villager. But okay. But again, with the ugly outfits, this dress, or whatever it is ugly as fuck. Maybe Betty was right. Maybe these people should just stick to the trends. Number 55 is Bessie. Okay, I'm not a fan of her design at all. It looks pretty ugly and bland. I hate these shades of blue together. I also do not like the color of her eyeshadow as well. And how somehow her eyelash is the same color as it. I also think that she looks way too similar to 2 villagers that are already in the game. Bertha, who is basically the hippo version of her, and this one villager that I've never heard of before making this video, Stu. In fact, she looks like the gender swapped version of him. However, the colors of those 2 are done way better than Bessie. I would have actually put her much higher if she didn't look so much like those 2. Well, why did I want to put her higher despite me not liking her appearance? It's because of her e-reader card. It certainly is something else. According to it, she likes to stick fruits up her fucking nose. Even goddamn oranges. Now that is what I like to see. Now with that information, I just look at her and I just think she's a cutie. What's strange is that both Bertha and Stu talk about their noses in their bios. In fact, Stu keeps talking about how big his nostrils are and how things keep going in them too. In this case, it's insects. Accidentally. Luckily. At number 54, Questel. Oh wait, no, it's Quetzal. It's gotta stop right there. I don't need to say anything about the color anymore. Y'all know. I also really dislike his shirt. He looks like he runs an Italian pizza shop. However, I do like his interior and how it's inspired by the Aztecs like him. I also like his e-reader card, stating that he's really into interior design, defying jock stereotypes. And because of how good his room looks, I'm not surprised. At number 53, we have Madame Rosa. Okay, if we were ranking this solely on names, she would be number 1. I kind of like her design. I don't understand the whole design on her forehead though. I think it's kinda dumb. That's honestly all I have to say about her. Moving on. Number 52, Isle. He's cute, albeit a bit bland. Again, I don't know what to say about him. I guess I'll also say this. He's constantly giving the stank face. You know what? He reminds me of Genji. I fucking hate Genji! We have history. It's a long story. Number 51, we have Joe. I love how huge his eyes are and the pattern on his face. I like how the dark purple is almost the same color as his eyes. I also like the blush that is on his face. However, his e-reader card is concerning. It says that he may cry a lot, but his favorite saying is, "A man does not show tears." Not a healthy mindset. I'ma have to hate on him a little bit for that. Alright, top 50, Belle. She's cute despite looking very generic. Again, she looks like another villager. In this case, she looks almost exactly like Tipper, except Tipper has a pink snout and will not open her eyes. Tipper also first appeared in Wild World, so they basically replaced Belle with her. Poor girl. At number 49, we have another villager who looks like another character, but this time they look the exact same. Champ, who looks identical to Porter, the monkey who ran the train station. It's not just that he looks the same as him, he also has the same interest in trains. His catchphrase is choo choo, and his house has a train set in it. So no, it's not just a strange coincidence, if it even is possible to accidentally make the same design. He is based off Porter. Porter was originally in the games, but was absent from Wild World and City Folk, the only games Champ was present in. Nintendo must have missed Porter so much, that they must have used his design as inspiration for a new villager. Nah, they were just lazy. Porter would return for New Leaf though, and then, subsequently, Champ got removed from the game. Shit, I guess they really missed Porter after all. In fact, Champ is the only ever villager who was introduced in Wild World to never return to a future game. That's pretty interesting. And quite sad. I cannot help but make up two fun theories about all this. The first theory is that, in Wild World, Porter just wanted a new start in life, so he quit his job, became a freeloading villager, and changed his name to Champ, thinking that no one would notice, even though he didn't look any different. After City Folk, he ended up regretting his decision. His tiny little train set, and him saying choo choo over and over again wasn't enough to satisfy his love of trains. He also hated being a fucking freeloader, just like the rest of his villager peers. So, he decided to take his old job back and never wanted to be a villager ever again. My second theory is that Champ is actually the son of Porter, and in New Leaf he took up the job his dad did, with the name Porter not actually being a first name, but a surname. If my theories are true, this guy would be the only villager to have actually worked a job, not sitting at home or outside all day like the rest of them. He wanted to get active. He wanted an actual purpose in life other than being cute. He wanted to actually make an income, because villagers make diddly squat. We all know this, because it would take them fucking years for a public works project to be fully built, because they donate 500 fucking bells per day. My back is sore from carrying this stupid place, y'all. We need more villagers like Porter/Champ that will actually help. I like this theory. It's why he isn't lower on this list. But unfortunately, I cannot put him any higher because he looks too much like another villager. And my theory is probably not true. That's no fun. Okay, so for number 48, I yet again have a little bit of a jump scare to prepare you for. You know how on Wikipedia, when you're hovering over a link and a little image pops up sometimes? Yeah, this image popped up and frightened me, but then I realized that he wasn't so bad because I like his design at the end of the day. My favorite part about him though is his house. Not many houses in the old games were very unique. Or good, really. It makes sense though, because they couldn't add a lot to those games, thanks to the limited hardware. Oxford's house, however, is just as good, if not even better than some of the houses in New Horizons in my opinion. I am a sucker for westerns too, so this is right up my alley. I also like his catchphrase. At number 47 we have Lay. I love the top half of her. She's really pretty and I love the Native American inspiration. I also love her house so much. It's one of the best on this list, but not as good as Oxford's. But the bottom half of her just kills it for me. But in a bad way. She looks like a Rubik's Cube with a chicken head on top. Her shirt is even called Puzzling Shirt. Why the fuck did they make this shirt look so awful? And why the fuck did they put her in it? It doesn't suit her at all. If her default clothes weren't so bad, I'd put her higher. At number 66, Lulu. Her thing is that she sleeps too, but I just like her more. She pulls it off way better. I think she's cute to an extent, but the main reason why I like her is because of her room. What the fuck is even going on here? Why are there so many beds? Are they saying that she is so fat that she needs to have 4 beds next to each other in order to fit all her fat? Why isn't the 5th bed next to them? Why are there so many Russian dolls too? How would the slide even work? It's positioning. I just don't get it. Okay, now we're gonna get to some of the welcome amiibo villages that are collabs. To be honest, if a villager is based off a collab, I'd rather them be based off mascots with little to no personality, rather than characters with their own already established personalities. It wouldn't feel right for me if I were to put some of these guys higher. So, with that being said, at number 45 we have Ganon. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I'm not familiar with nor a fan of The Legend of Zelda. I loved Hyrule Warriors though, but I don't think that counts. The only actual Legend of Zelda game I've played was the Ocarina of Time 3DS port. And can I be honest? I'm going to get so much hate for this. I did not like that game. There, I said it. Hopefully I don't get fucking doxxed. It kind of turned me off from the Legend of Zelda franchise as a whole. Except for Hyrule Warriors, of course.
And you know what? Link? He can get it. Honestly? Fuck Zelda, bitch.
However, despite me not being familiar with Ganon, I do like his design. First of all, he's a pig. I'm of course going to have a soft spot for him. Second of all, I just love his design in general. I really like the spikes on his head and the fact that he has no pupils. At number 44 we have Holden. Holden was a collab between not the car company, which would be insane since this is a game aimed at children, but a Japanese stationery company called Fueki. Before making this video, I have never heard of this company, but now that I have, I actually really like their stuff. Holden is modeled after its mascot and the stationery itself. I really think he's adorable. However, I don't like how flat his cap is. I also don't like his eyes because they made it so that the eyelashes are inside the eyes. At first, I thought that this was a glitch with his picture, but then I looked up Fueki and realized that this was intentional. It doesn't look bad on the mascot himself, but it looks super weird on an Animal Crossing villager. His furniture is also modeled after the stationery too, and it looks super cute. I love it. They're a bunch of baby heads. Like Philly, he cannot be moved into your town. He can only be parked at the campsite, unfortunately. At number 43, Epona. Epona's whole aesthetic is so cute. I love her design with her adorable eyes and beautiful white mane. And I also love her rural-esque house. I just don't think that there's anything to hate about Epona. Wait a second. What the fuck is this? What did they mean by this? When Wisp imitates her, he says, "That Link, would it kill him to be gentle in the saddle?" Huh? Her favorite line is, "Even the wildest horse can be tamed." Okay. Look, you fucking hoe. You better shut the fuck up and keep that stank coochie to yourself, you long acorn head-ass little shit. See, I'm telling y'all, I've always hated her. Listen up, bitch. Link is my man. We are linked up. And bestiality is sick, but in a bad way, you sick fuck. Go back to your own species where you belong. I'm sure Buck is single. At number 42, we have Shokichi. You could only get his e-reader card if you bought something called a Mori or Sakuro figurine set. Shokichi's design is based off Japanese... I'm so sorry, I can't, because I fucked the net. It's hard, okay? Anyway, Shokichi... Oh my god, okay, just look and just read it, okay? In your mind. Okay, I think I've got it. Shokichi's design is based off Japanese Daruma dolls. I think that's pretty cool and clever, and they executed it well. At number 41, we have Jubei. I typically do not like the lion villages. I'd actually say that I dislike all of the modern ones. Except for Rex. I don't know, they all look very unappealing, and they also don't look very Animal Crossing to me. They look like they're totally different art style, you get what I mean? But I think Jubei looks very appealing. His face is actually pleasing to the eye. I also like his favorite saying. It's basically saying to put yourself in other people's shoes before judging. I really wish more people did that in this shit-ass world. Top 40 now. Twerp. He is too funny. I can't get enough of him. He's just extremely pissed off all the time. And his name is just describing how much of an ass he is. He's mad all the time because he's bald. He even turned into a professional wig maker in order to fix his problem. Now that is dedication to your insecurity. But seriously though, the e-reader card is right in that bald is beautiful. Men, don't let being bald hold you back. Bald men can be attractive. Mr. Clean, Agent 47, that guy who has multiple qualifications, The Rock, who is also the most sought after actor. These are all inspirations. Bald people can succeed. Bald people can be attractive. Bald is beautiful, so don't be sad about it. At number 39, oh my god, this is actually a crazy one. We haven't had one in a while, so you probably should sit down for this. If you're sitting down, sit down again. If you're laying down, sit up. Petunia. First of all, I do like her design. I adore her little fringe. Honestly, it's a better fringe than I've ever had. That pale yellow shirt works well contrasting with her bright purple skin. A lot of the fashion in the older games suck, but not in her case. However, maybe she never came back because she got life in prison. Confused? Her e-reader card profile says that she will do anything for money. It also says that she has a secret hobby and that you'll need to send her a letter with a password to see what it is. But look at her house. I don't think I need to know her stupid password. Do you see it? Look, that cowhide rug and that t-shirt might also be real cow skin. So is that what we're doing here, Nintendo? You have a character who skins her own kind and decorates her house with their flesh like Ed Gein? What the hell, Nintendo? I never thought Animal Crossing could get so dark. That's quite interesting. I like it. They should bring her back. It'll spice up the series. Number 38. Again. This is going to be jarring because I have been yapping and carrying on in the more recent previous entries, but I literally have nothing to say about this guy other than I like his cute face, rosy cheeks, and his I'm better than you smile. Okay, stay with me, people. Stay with me. We are now halfway through this long ass fucking list. At number 37, we have Cupcake. Adorable name and an adorable design. Again, she has a fringe that is better than I've ever had. Honestly, I wanted to put her higher, but the reason why I can't is because she looks too much like another bear cub villager. Cherry. It would have been cool if they were sisters, especially because they have food-themed names. But I think that they aren't. At number 36, we have Kit. He is super cute, isn't he? But like that other jock villager, again, there is really nothing spectacular about him. His catchphrase, "Dakyo," is bothersome to those around him. However, Wikipedia never states why it is bothersome. So that means I don't know why it's bothersome. The guy at number 35, Fruity. So, is he a gay jock like Dom? I thought that the other gay jock villager would be named Sub, but this works too. As y'all can see, he is in fact another grey villager. However, unlike the others, I think it actually suits him because this isn't a bad shade of grey. It also works because of his blonde hair, and I absolutely love how it's in a bowl cut. It's so cute. Even though his house is the same as someone else on this list, because he is an e-reader card islander, I have to question the toilet next to the soda machine. But hey, at least he has a toilet, because some of these guys don't even have that. So there are actually 2 people on this list with the same name. Lulu, the anteater version. I know that this is an unpopular opinion, I think, but I love most anteater villagers. I love the silhouette so much. I think it's so cute, and a lot of the designs are well done in my opinion. Lulu is one of the anteaters that I like. I love her soft color palette. Honestly, the villager at number 33 is one of, if not the most unique villager in Animal Crossing history, so I had to put him up here. Nindori. I will say that while I don't like his design, I'm gonna have to give him props. I was gonna rank him lower, but after doing my research about him, I felt the need to put him higher. The story behind this guy is really interesting. He's the only villager who was made by a fan. There was a contest hosted by a Japanese gaming magazine called Nintendo Dream, where their readers had to design a villager for Animal Crossing. The winner was Suzukaze-san. Shit, sorry. His design was based off the orange variety of the GameCube, which, like Nindori himself, was only available in Japan. He even got his own short manga story in the Nintendo Dream magazine. He's also the first ever villager to have their birthday revealed, since before Wild World, villager birthdays weren't a thing. They wanted his birthday to be the same date as when the GameCube came out in Japan, September 14th. Nindori wasn't just a villager in Animal Crossing though. He's also the mascot for Nintendo Dream, because the contest wasn't just to give Animal Crossing a new villager, it was also to give their magazine a mascot. And to this day, Nindori is still their mascot. He also has his own collection of line stickers and his own Twitter account that is still active to this day. What really sucks about him is his house. I know that he's an e-reader card villager and their houses are always duplicates of everyone else's. But I think that if they had to make an exception for one villager, it should have been Nindori. For someone as interesting and unique as him, his house is super bland. It doesn't fit him at all. At number 32, we have Weldon. Probably one of the cutest cranky villagers in the game. I love his little hair twirl at the front. I also love his e-reader card. He's a phylogynist. I looked up the opposite of misogynist online, and the first word that came up was phylogynist, so I'm gonna use that. That's right, people. Weldon is a woman respecter. He's a gentleman. He's chivalrous. Ladies, we all need a man in our lives like Weldon, okay? You might be wondering why his e-reader card is saying all this though, considering he's labeled as a cranky villager. This seems very out of character for a cranky villager. Well, Weldon is also an islander, and islanders had different personalities to their mainland counterparts. Cranky villagers acted more as a smug type. Smug became an official personality type in New Leaf. I would have actually put him way higher than this, but unfortunately, something had to spoil it. And that is his name. Again. The people who name these villages are fucking weirdos. I didn't actually know this because apparently I'm a fake ass Aussie. Meh. There are worse things to be called. But well done is a type of steak. Yet again, I only know this because of Wikipedia. So there, Weldon is nothing but nice, but those at Nintendo just see him as a piece of meat. Now that's fucked up. At number 31, we have Rhoda. She is super pretty and adorable. I love her cute eyes, her pink cheeks, how her blue skin contrasts with the yellow. Even though the contrasting color of blue is actually orange, but whatever, my point still stands. Top 30 now, Flash. He just looks so cool. I like his closed eyes. I like villagers who have their eyes closed. I love the hair swirly and the combination of his blue, yellow, and orange. I especially love his hat.
I also like his catchphrase, babe.
At number 29, we have Taro. Yes, even though his eyes say he's high as fuck over some crack cocaine, I still think he's cool. At number 28, we have Sue-E. According to Wikipedia, her name is actually derived from a call ranchers used to herd pigs. And nevertheless, I think that she is so pretty. Such a gorgeous pig villager. Her makeup is elegant. I love the way they did her eyeshadow so much. Probably one of the best eyeshadows in the game. I love how it fades and how it turns into the shape of a single eyelash. Also, this dress. Most of the clothes in the early games are really ugly to me, but this dress of hers is gorgeous. At number 27. We've talked about questionable names before, but this one takes the fucking cake. So that is probably why they're never coming back, unfortunately. Nosegay. Okay. Nosegay is also another word for flowers or herbs, which is nice, you know, and clever, considering. But who cares? Her name is fucking Nosegay, for Christ's sakes. I felt the need to put her so high because of what it says on her e-reader card profile. Instead of using her nose to find ants, she uses her nose for other things. And by looking at her house, it isn't hard to see what that thing might be. I can't lie. That's fucking amazing. We have to commend such talent. I can't help but love Nosegay. I'm a Nosegay fan, okay? I just wish that her room layout was a bit more organized, because fucking Christ almighty, this is a hot mess. Get your shit together, okay, Nosegay? Okay, I'm now gonna put the rest of the Welcome Amiibo villagers here. I really like all of these guys, but I don't want to put them any higher. So at number 26, we have Feline. I actually thought that he wasn't based off anything because he truly looks like he fit in with the rest of the Animal Crossing villagers, but he's actually based off a character in Monster Hunter, a franchise that I have never played. It does look fun though. Feline is so adorable, isn't he? I love the pattern on his face and his cracked out eyes. Look at his house too. It's freaking incredible. Honestly, my favorite house on this list. Houses like these are why I love looking at villager homes sometimes. This fiery and primitive aesthetic is so freaking cool. At number 23, we have Medley. She looks so elegant with her hair and headband. The white on her torso makes it look like she's wearing a nappy. That's too cute. I love Joey so much. I think he's one of the cutest villagers and he wears a nappy. Look at him. Oh my god. I just want to change it so bad. It looks like he's sad because he just shat. Now he's sitting in his own filth. I also really like how calm and serene her house looks. At number 24, we have Wolf Link. I did not know that Link was a furry, but now that I know, I'm still into him. I don't even understand the pattern on his forehead, but who cares? If he's a wolf, I'm a wolf too, bitch. His house is cool too, I guess. It's a dungeon and it has a pretty chest. At number 23, we have Inkwell. Unlike all the other collabs, I'm actually very familiar with Splatoon. Okay, I've only actually played the second one, but to my defense, I used to play the shit out of that game. I would like to play it again, but the third game came out. What the fuck, that was fast. But anyway, so I don't want to play the second one anymore, but I have to focus on other things in life rather than being addicted to Splatoon again, which sucks ass because seeing this guy, his house, and his RV is just making me tingle. It's kind of like he's taunting me actually. Fuck you, Inkwell. Obviously this guy is meant to be representing the Inklings, despite being an octopus. His description is pretty funny because they mention this little discrepancy. He's pretending to be a squid and wants to leave his past behind because he's that big of a Splatoon fan. Luckily for him, the Octoling expansion for Splatoon 2 would release a year and a half later, so he wouldn't have to be something that he's not anymore. Number 22 and 21, because I have to put these two together. CC and Viche. They're based off those two pop stars from the first game who had cameos in the second, and that's the only reason why I know them. Their designs are both very well done, so naturally the villagers based off them in New Leaf would look good. And they do. I think that they look cute and cool as hell. It seems that the Splatoon villagers are portrayed as fans of the game, rather than them being the actual characters like with the Legend of Zelda characters and the Monster Hunter character. This makes sense, there are no squid-type villagers in this game, so they made it so that there will be two squirrels that are cosplaying as the characters instead. I love their favorite saying so much because CC uses the wrong tool, and Viche's one is just correcting her. However, I do wish that the houses and RVs were different from one another. They are the exact same. Oh wait, hold on a second. They actually both have different colored dots on their chairs. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind. Their rooms are actually brilliant. I was just being stupid. Okay, that is it for all the amiibo characters, and no, what a coincidence. We are now at the top 20. So at number 20, we have Sven. I love it when villagers are obviously old and show signs of age. Unfortunately, most of the villagers don't have that. I guess according to Nintendo, old isn't cute. Well, you're wrong, Nintendo. Old is cute. Sven is cute. I would like to think that some of the goats in this game are senior citizens though. Like Billy and my personal favorite, Nan, even though she doesn't look old, but she dresses old. She's also a normal villager, they kind of act old, and her catchphrase is kid. So in my head, I'm thinking that she's calling me and everyone else kids. In my head canon, she's like 80 years old, but I digress. I love Sven's design. I love how you can't see any of his facial expressions. They're just covered up by his long ass facial hair. If I were to put my eyes out of focus or squint, however, it kind of looks like he has his mouth and eyes open. And he has no pupils and one singular freakish tooth. He looks very uncomfortable. Still looks cute. Speaking of old goats, at number 19, we have Iggy. I'm typically not a fan of jock villagers, like I said before, but I think that the idea of having one that is obviously super old is a brilliant idea. Billy is a jock villager though, but he doesn't look nearly as old as Iggy. Apparently, he works out so much that he gets super sore, so he just hobbles around. Poor guy. At number 18, we have Koharu, and she is a loving mother, okay? Her e-reader card states that there is no greater treasure than a child. Aw, isn't that sweet? Well, that sweetness is fucking gone now, because she's a fucking liar, just like the other Kanga. Her profile says that she doesn't have any time for herself after looking after her child. You fucking bastard! How dare you say such a thing? I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. Because all Animal Crossing villagers do all day is roam around outside or inside, and that's it. They have all the free time in the fucking universe, so don't try and stand there and tell me that you have zero free time. And don't even try and tell me that you do shit for your child. I've never seen kangaroos take care of their children in this game. Stop lying! In fact, I've never even seen them getting out of their pouches. They're just stuck there, forever, for the rest of their sad little lives. They must fucking stink. At number 17, we have Megumi. Like Masa, she also looks like she's based off a person, even though they don't say that she is. It doesn't look like she's based off a real one though. She looks like she's based off an anime one. She looks like Chio-chan from Azumanga Daioh. At number 16, we have another Kanga. Marcy. Okay, I love the bodysuit that her and her Joey are wearing so freaking much, so fashionable. I would like a bodysuit like that in real life. Seriously, if they never add Marcy back, they should at least make a new villager that has a bodysuit like this. It states that she is a very strict and bossy mother, which doesn't coincide with the peppy personality. It would be understandable if she was an islander, because just like how cranky islanders acted like smug villagers, peppy islanders acted like Uchi villagers. However, she is not an islander. This doesn't matter to me though, because I quite like how different she is. Hopefully, she isn't a liar like the other kangas on this list. Unfortunately, she has perhaps the blandest house I have ever seen. I mean, look at this shit. What the fuck is even happening? I know that the first couple of Animal Crossing games weren't all that when it came to houses, but damn, they really didn't give a fuck. At number 15, we have Tiara. I love these lips so freaking much. I wish more rhinos had these lips. Her horns are also so gorgeous looking. They look like they're made from the cleanest, most polished steel. Is it just me, or does she kind of look like a ship? Like a pirate ship? Her dress is also giving me ocean vibes too, a little bit. I don't know, maybe I'm being ridiculous. It would be cool if she had a sailor or boat theme though. Okay, I'm actually really ashamed to admit this because I'm basically gonna call myself out here, but I relate heavily to her e-reader card profile more than anyone on this list. It states that she never leaves the house without a full set of makeup on, and that she wears too much of it. Okay, to be fair to myself, I don't wear makeup every single time I leave the house, and I don't wear too much. That's ridiculous. But as time goes by, I'm starting to get more embarrassed about my bare face. Thank you, society. At number 14, we have Flossie. She is so cute. I love the flower on her hair and its color. I also love her adorable face with her little buck tooth. You know what though? I thought that her face looked familiar, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But then it hit me. Flossie and Apple have the same face, which means Apple is a face snatcher. That is my new Animal Crossing theory. And honestly, probably the most plausible theory on this list. I mean, look at her. She looks out of her mind. At number 13, we have Pigleg. This is such a fun idea, a pirate pig named Pigleg. As I said before, I love pigs so much, but I also love pirates. So this should be the perfect villager for me. There's nothing wrong with the eye that has the eye patch on top of it. That's pretty funny. And yes, the eye patch is tattooed. I think it suits him, unlike the other guy who had eyewear tattooed on him. He also shares the same home layout as Fruity, so he has the whole soda machine next to the toilet again. I did say beforehand that this should be the perfect villager for me. Should. In fact, he could have been my favorite. He had the recipe for it and everything, but I had to bog him down a few places, unfortunately. Why? Because they completely missed the opportunity to give him a peg leg. His entire name is Pigleg, for Christ's sake. Where's the peg leg? That's just disappointing. At number 12, we have Woolio. He has eyewear tattooed on his face again, and it suits him as well. He is one cool ass motherfucker. He also got the Astrid and Rio treatment and tattooed a star on his face. I love the star. He's an aspiring musician, and his design is great at giving off that idea. However, unfortunately, his house does not give off that idea, and there's no excuse. He isn't an e-reader card villager, so his house was specifically designed for him. What the fuck am I even looking at here? He's a pool bro. Not my Woolio. At number 11, Carrot. Carrot is too cute. I love villages that are based off of food. Not the food that is made from them, like their meats, but of random produce. For example, ketchup, tangy, and apple. Come on, Carrot would have been perfect for the newer games. I also love her shirt. It suits her so much. And also her little fringe. Again, better than mine. What the fuck? Okay, I sang that because in the script I apparently put in musical notes. I drew them in on Microsoft Word. I remember I was so tired when I was writing that, so I tried to do that to keep myself awake. Okay, we are almost done. We're in the top 10 now. So at number 10, we have Shirabiru. He is also a villager that looks like a human. However, it's actually confirmed that this guy is based off a real life person. He's meant to be a caricatured self-portrait of Japanese cartoonist and manga artist Takayuki Mizushina. And I think that he did an excellent job. He is too cute and I love his eyebrow slit. And it's relatable because I have one too. They look cool, that's why I did it to myself. But also hair couldn't grow there anymore because of an eyebrow piercing that I don't have anymore. So I didn't really have a choice but to do that to myself. It was a happy accident, okay? I probably would have done it to myself on purpose regardless. At number 9, we have Huggy. She is so fucking adorable. One of the cutest on this list and one of the cutest in the game perhaps. Her name is so adorable too. Can I tell y'all something? Years ago in my New Leaf town, I named one of my characters Huggy. What a coincidence! I only knew about this villager when I was making this video. Also, can I tell y'all another thing? I have to speak up for these native animals. As an Australian, I shouldn't hold back. Okay, her catchphrase is bear, but koalas aren't bears. They're marsupials. That's according to zoologists, okay? I don't make the rules. Do I care? No, not at all actually. Huggy can say whatever the fuck she wants. I just kind of wanted to tell you guys a fun fact that I know if you didn't know it. At number 8, we have Pierre. Not to be confused with the clown sheep villager Pietro. Honestly, I love clowns. In fiction. Not in real life, because in real life they just give me P3 vibes. Pierre is actually another sponsored villager. His e-reader card could only be obtained by getting the Media Factory's Dobutsu no Mori e-card official collection file. Oh my fucking god, that's fucking a lot to say. Shit. And what a great sponsored villager. I know that it probably isn't possible to bring him back because of this fact, but I wish that they would somehow. He's too cute. I love his eye makeup and his adorable lips. At number 7, we have Penny. Honestly, she gives me strong Mickey Mouse vibes. She's really cute too. I love her features and how they get blended into her skin. Another thing that I really like about her though is her e-reader card profile. So apparently she's a massive cheapskate who digs around in trash and gets everything from the dump. It's why her house looks so depressing, and why there are 2 garbage cans in it. It's also why her name is Penny, and why she's dressed in rags, I think. I mean, it certainly looks like fucking rags. I fucking love that shit so much. I love rags. She's so cute. At number 6, we have Sunny. She's way too cute. She's honestly one of the cutest frogs in the game. Which is saying a lot because there are many adorable frog villagers. So I'm pretty much saying that she's one of the cutest characters in the whole game. I really love that her tongue is always sticking out at all times. And I also love how tiny her blush is. We are at the top 5. So at number 5, we have Elena. Elena is repping India. Her catchphrase is even namaste. She is so beautiful. One of my favorite elephants in the game actually. I usually love downward eyelashes and she pulls it off so well and they're so thick. like her. I love her green eyeshadow too, and also the bindi on her forehead. For some reason, however, they removed this feature in her later installments. But why? That was my favorite aspect of her. I also like her e-reader shit too. She isn't a yes man. I like that. I like it a lot. At number 4, we have Poco. Poco is too adorable. However, the major reason as to why he's so high up is because of something that I have never seen before, and it's something I wish they could bring back. He is the only villager who is confirmed to be the child of another villager called Ike. Ike himself is the only confirmed father villager. I think it irks me more than any other villager on this list that he got removed. Why on earth would Nintendo try to forget about something so interesting and cute? And more importantly, why on earth would they separate a child from his father? Monsters. If they add more villagers, I would like them to be children or parents of some of the already established villagers, and then if they were both on your island, they'll get close automatically and have different dialogues together as well as towards you. Just an idea I'm throwing out there in case any Nintendo... You know what? Fuck it. They're not fucking watching. I just can say whatever the fuck I want. At number 3, we have Aziz. Aziz looks like a freaking lion god. He's definitely my favorite lion in the series. He has a bindi on his forehead, which again, they ended up removing. Can you all fucking stop doing that? His house is a jungle. It's amazing. I really love the jungle theme. It suits him so well. It's so beautiful. I especially really love that white shower thing at the back. However, according to Genji's e-reader card, he runs races with Aziz. That's cute. The problem with that is, I don't like Genji. Out of all the villagers, Aziz, why him? I know that the previous 2 villagers are jock villagers and I put them so high up, despite me saying that I don't like jock villagers, but I just couldn't help it, okay? I just think that they're that interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the final entry in this long-ass video. Even though there should be 2 more villagers, right? Not just 1 more. Well, I'm going to be talking about these 2 in unison because they are practically the same. Bao and Meow. Yes, I know that these 2 were essentially product placement villages, but I'm sorry, I can't help but put these 2 so high. Look at how unique and slick these 2 look. They really pulled these designs off. I like this design for robot villages more than the designs that they have now. I just love the idea of having their faces on screens. I love Meow's eyes. They're so pretty. In fact, if I had to pick one over the other, I'd say that I like Meow more than Bao. It's not just because of her eyes, her design just appeals more to me as well. Before doing my research into them, I thought that they were straight up based off Tamagotchis. Unfortunately, they are based off a product that I actually don't care for. However, despite that, I really love the designs, mainly because they remind me of Digipets. I love Tamagotchis and Pixel Chicks. If you know what that is, I love you so much. So, Bao was based off the Baolingual device released in 2002. These devices sought to translate the barks of dogs into human emotions and phrases. However, of course, this was in 2002, so technology couldn't actually achieve translating dog to human. Hell, it's 2024 now, and we don't even have this type of technology yet. Before people say that this is a scam, I don't think it was, because this was apparently marketed more as a novelty more than anything else. I guess the device depended on you just playing pretend, just going along with whatever phrase or motion the gadget decides to spit out at random. That's the lamest shit in the world. That would lose its fun in... No, immediately. The fun stops for me just by reading and thinking about this product, to be honest. For some reason, the device was named by Time magazine as one of the best inventions of 2002. I guess it must have been the only invention in 2002. And apparently, its inventors were given a Nobel Prize for promoting peace and harmony between species. How? That is so stupid! Wait. Okay, wait a second. Alright, never mind. Let's hold on to our horses for a second, because it turns out it wasn't an actual Nobel Prize. It was an IG Nobel Prize, which are satirical awards given out to celebrate trivial and strange achievements in scientific research. Okay. You know what? I'm still gonna call bullshit, because this device isn't really scientific, is it? It was the actual Time magazine that gave them that other award though. As if this couldn't get any weirder, bilingual was used in some sort of strategy in order for Japan to improve their relations with Russia. What the fuck? Japan's prime minister at the time, Junichiro Koizumi, gave bilinguals to Putin's dogs. I guess it didn't really work because they still fucking hate each other. Maybe Putin swore eternal hatred on Japan forever and ever because of these fucking devices. Honestly, me too. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. This translation ability echoes Bao's e-reader card, since it states that he wants to be a translator, which I think is very nice. Also, Bao was an e-reader card villager, so his house wasn't made for him. However, I think that the house that they gave him was a great fit and actually suited him. It's set up like a study room. It's cute. More than a year later, Takata, the company that released Baolingual, would release Meowlingual, which basically functioned the same as Baolingual for cats, except instead of just attempting to interpret meows, it also attempted to interpret facial expressions. That's very awesome. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of what these two are based off, but that does not matter to me, okay? I don't care. I still love them. They reminds me of Tamagotchis, okay? And I hope that they do come back, even though that's like really impossible. Sad face. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much if you have made it this far, seriously. And you know what? Let's confuse the comment section, you know? Why not type in the comment section, your sponsorship made me lose all my hair. Just type that, your sponsorship made me lose all my hair, and act really angry. Let's confuse the comment section, you know, even though this video isn't sponsored at all, you know. Yeah, if you guys want this path, it's not done yet, but when it is done, I will give you guys the QR code on my YouTube community tab and my Instagram. If people want it, then I'll try and do it as fast as possible. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Goodbye!